What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another video. Join us now as we look at this week's edition of Raw, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including WWE locks down 2 top superstars, the 16 former superstars become free agents soon, TNA making a major signing, Perry Hospitalized, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new website, Wrestlelamia.com. As always, we won't recap the show, but just look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. As always, we start off with the good as number 1, an instant classic, Creed Brothers versus the Judgment Day. The Creed Brothers push continued with an epic title match against the Judgment Day that could have gone either way. Julius and Brutus looked amazing, and this was a classic case of the challengers looking strong even in defeat. Of course, the real test will be how the WWE books them going forward. It can either continue their push with an eventual title win, which would refresh the tag division, or scale back their push to that of a perennial title challengers. Number 2, new women's tag team champions. Speaking of the tag team action, the WWE made a great move in the progress of its tag team division by putting the women's tag team championship on Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. Carter and Chance are a fantastic team and can add some excitement to the women's division if the WWE does more than book them as transitional champions for putting the belts on Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark, who should be working singles matches and getting a push. The WWE also deserves credit for giving Chelsea Green and Piper Niven a decent run with the titles, helping to provide some stability to the belts after several teams were forced to vacate due to injury. We'd like to see Green and Niven team continue, as both women complement each other and a good fit for the women's tag division. Number 3, give an award whoever did that Judgment Day storyline. Now, if JD McDonald lost to R-Truth in the Miracle on 34th Street match, he would actually be removed from the Judgment Day and R-Truth would be able to be a part of it. Did anyone actually think it was going to go the way of R-Truth joining the Judgment Day? Yeah, the match was silly fun, but R-Truth's ability to work comedy matches that entertain without damaging his opponent's credibility is amazing. R-Truth's bizarre quest to join the Judgment Day has been fun, and last night's match also served the purpose of showing the group's shaky foundation. R-Truth even got Damian Priest to break. What an absolute legend. Number 4, good build up for day 1. Not only was last night's Raw a solid show, but it provided a strong build up for the 1st January day 1 special edition of the Red Brand. The WWE is starting 2024 off with a strong start with some big bouts, including a World Heavyweight Championship match between Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre, a grudge match between Nia Jax and Becky Lynch, and what looks like to be a competitive match between Ivy Nile and Rhea Ripley. Number 5, Kofi Claus. Although Kofi Kingston has been in the forefront of WWE TV, he continues to excel in whatever role he plays. Kofi's transformation into jolly old Saint Nick made for some laughs, but as always, Kingston was deadly serious when he had to be, as seen when he helped Jey Uso offset the interference from Giovanni Vinci during main event Jey's bout against Ludwig Kaiser. Number 6, tell me he did not just say that. Did Shinsuke Nakamura refer to Dusty Rhodes as an inbred? Wow, the King of Strong Style was pulling no punches. He definitely woke up and chose violence. But what makes this insult so impactful is the WWE has repeatedly established that Cody will not tolerate anyone mocking his father or his memory. The WWE wisely keeps these situations to a minimum so they don't become cheap heat and mean more when they happen. And some wild action. Triple H knows the WWE Universe loves pull-apart brawls, and he gifted them with 2 slobber knockers. The Cody Rhodes vs Shinsuke brawl was an effective way to build things up to their next match, as was the dust-up between Becky Lynch and Nia Jax. But that was a good. What about the bad? Is number 1, WWE needs to rethink Gunther. Now, is Gunther becoming the next Roman Reigns? Well, absolutely not. In Gunther's credit, he actually defends the title regularly. But now it should be time to take the Intercontinental Championship off Gunther, as he's defeated most of the SmackDown and Raw's undercard. The problem is that, like Roman Reigns, the WWE may seem to think that Gunther can't draw without a title. Even worse, they haven't built up a worthy successor for him. Those are 2 problems, but they aren't going to get any better by keeping the belt on him. There was nothing downright ugly, as WWE put on a holiday spectacular that was a thoroughly entertaining final show for 2023, as we're not counting next week's best of show. What did you guys think of Raw last night? Let us know in the comments down below. Now let's move on to the news. Now, first we looks at WWE locks down 2 top WWE superstars. On top of today's news is WWE signing Dominic and Rey Mysterio to 2 new deals. PW Insider's Mike Johnson is reporting Dominic Mysterio recently signed a new WWE deal. PWInsider.com has confirmed with multiple sources. The signing actually took place a month or so back. It's believed to be by one source to be a 5-year contract. The second source confirmed Mysterio signed a new deal but was unsure of the length. As for Papa Ray, Dave Meltzer reports Ray signed a new contract with the WWE, although the contract length is unknown. Both signings are no-brainers as Ray remains one of wrestling's most beloved babyfaces, while Dominic has emerged as one of wrestling's most hated heels. Next up, 16 former WWE superstars becoming free agents. It's good news for wrestling promotions looking to build their rosters as 16 former superstars become free agents on 21st December as their non-compete clauses expire. The WWE released many talents on 21st September, and Wrestling News is reporting that they will be available to work wherever they want. The list goes as follows: Mustafa Ali, Aaliyah, Shelton Benjamin, Rick Boogs, Dana Burke, Dabba Kato, Yulisa Leon, Mace Mansoor, Riddick Moss, Riddle, Shanky, Top Dollar, and Dolph Ziggler. While NXT superstars are normally under a 30-day non-compete clause, Wrestling News noted, although most NXT stars are under 30-day non-compete clauses, there were some main roster stars still under their same deals who were working in NXT and had to wait out the 90-day non-compete with the rest of the main roster stars from Raw and SmackDown. Most of the talent have years of experience working in WWE. Likewise, they suffer the same fate as their colleagues, a lack of a sustained push. In at least one case, of Matt Riddle, it seemed repeated disciplinary problems led to the decision to release him. This sudden abundance of free agents could play into our next story, as is TNA making a major signing? TNA President Scott D'Amore promises one of the biggest signings in company history, but who is it and when will they show up? He recently revealed on Busted Open Radio that we're gonna have some surprises for you, some unexpected things including, guys, we are right there at the goal line of finalizing one of, I think, the biggest signings of TNA. I think it's something that's really gonna shake things up here on January 13th. For those who don't follow TNA Wrestling, the promotion will hold its Hard to Kill pay-per-view on 13th January. There are 21 free agents from the WWE, as well as others including Mercedes Money and even Bill Goldberg. While TNA's budget isn't as big as WWE or AEW's, Meltzer noted that talents like Dolph Ziggler, Mustafa Ali or Matt Riddle could fit into the budget. Impact does have, from what I gather, earmarked some money to where they can spend some money on a big free agent. Whether they would or could outbid AEW, I mean it's doubtful they could, but I don't know how much Tony Khan will be willing to spend on one of those names. Who do you guys think TNA have signed? Could it be Goldberg? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, MJF has yet to re-sign with AEW. A current AEW World Champion, MJF, has confirmed that he's yet to re-sign with AEW. Appearing on the SI Media podcast, he stated, "I've been saying the same thing about my contract expiration date. I never lied. January 1st, 2024. When stuff like that gets leaked out, it makes me laugh because I remember something leaked out about Cody Rhodes having secretly re-signed and then he showed up in WWE. Something got leaked out about, CM Punk and Tony Khan, or I think fans leak out things that they want to be true. I love AEW. I want to stay in AEW. After this pay-per-view World's End, it's time to assess the situation for a professional setting. So not yet. I haven't re-signed." Now this does give the WWE a huge potential in actually managing to sign MJF. Of course, he did make it clear in the podcast that he likes AEW and he's willing to re-sign. However, we'll just have to see. Next up, CJ Perry Hospitalized. It's bad news for CJ Perry, aka former superstar Lana, as she's been hospitalized due to an infection. CJ tweeted, "CMLL, please keep me in your prayers. I'm at the ER. The infection from my small finger has gone up my arm. I'm so sorry I had to miss last night at AEW tonight. I look forward to debuting in Mexico with Andrade. Good luck, Miro, and my client Andrade on AEW Collision." She later updated fans, "I've been in ER in the hospital for over 50 hours. The infection has gotten worse. I'm going into surgery tonight. Please keep me in your thoughts and prayers. I love you all." I will continue following this story and send our thoughts and prayers for CJ Perry for a successful surgery and recovery. And finally, did Vince offer a wrestling announcer a job just to fire him? And last but not least, some strong accusations are being made by a legendary announcer who claims that Vince McMahon offered him a job just so he could fire him. Wrestling fans have heard some wild stories about Mr. McMahon, so this may not surprise you. Current AEW announcer Tony Schiavone recently shared his thoughts on why the WWE reportedly offered him a job in 2019. Schiavone worked in JCP and World Championship Wrestling, as well as a short stint in WWF from 89 to 90, discussed the matter during a recent episode of his podcast, What Happened When. There's no question in my mind that Vince wanted me to come there to fire me. Yeah, I believe that. Schiavone's co-host Conrad Thompson asked him why he thought Vince offered him a job in 2019 to fire him. Schiavone replied, "He wanted to hire me. I felt bad about Bruce Pritchard because Bruce is in the middle of this and Bruce is a friend of mine, and I believe anything Bruce told me is legit and sincere. Vince wanted to hire me to keep me away from this upstart company AEW. COVID happened, they cut back. Why not cut back on one of the newest guys that just arrived? There's no question I would have been let go. Now, McMahon eventually did release many of the talents he signed to long-term deals, so Schiavone's claim does have merit. But what do you guys think? Let us know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.